rest break. And for our next Solitude live video, we're going to talk about Romney. And this is a very self-indulgent one for my part, because Romney is the breed of sheep that I raise. And one of the great things about Romneys is they come in lots of natural colors. This is a yarn, and it's because I have the sheep, that we've had from the very beginning. So this yarn has been around. We have, at the moment, we have 5 natural colors. We have the undyed white. We have, this one I think is just called natural light gray. This one is medium gray, and a dark brown. This is a semi-worsted spun yarn, and there's 2 things about it. Romney breed is a long wool breed, which means they grow a lot of wool. It does get long. In about 10 months, we get a 5 or 6 inch staple length. And when you have a long wool, if you spin it worsted or semi-worsted, so the fibers are aligned, you get a smooth, silky yarn that accentuates the luster of the natural wool, which is what we like to do. These are all undyed natural colors, but we also dye a lot of the yarn. We have a lot of different colors in the Romney. Some of the colors are dyed on white. These are both examples of that, the bright yellow, and this one is a hand paint in all similar blues. The green is on white, but sometimes we dye on one of the lighter grays, in which when you dye on a natural color gray, it's always called over dyeing. And this one has a lot of the yarn is left undyed, so it just blends into the skein. This is also a lighter one, and the colors look tweedy because to make up these grays, there's a lot of different actual colors of gray in the yarn. So when you over dye it, then that plays that up. So because this yarn's been around so long, there are quite a few patterns in this yarn. I think probably there are more patterns for the Romney yarn in Ravelry than any of our other yarns. And a couple of them going way back. This is Knit Local, book by Tanis Gray, who is one of our local authors. And she wrote this a good while ago. And we are one of the people she highlighted. In here, and these are my photos of my sheep. And I think there's some at the very beginning too that they used from me. But and this is Japonica and Jasmine. Jasmine, this is also Jasmine, who's also on our truck. And now, and I believe somewhere in here, but I've used it, well, I can probably find a photo. She's still modeling for us, even though she is the great-great-great-grandmama. But so here's a pattern designed by one of our best customers. This is the button-up neck wrap, and here is the pattern. It's a pattern available on our site and on Ravelry for sale. It's easy. It's a one skein project, and this was one of the projects I have done since we've been at home, and it's all finished except for the last little bit where I have to make the button loops, but I can't find where I left my last piece of yarn, so I may be making a second one of these so I can finish this. But Tanis also, in this book, had a pattern designed, the farmhouse gloves, and designed by Kristen Nicholas. And these are the gloves, and here they are. They are fabulous color work gloves, or intarsia, not stranded color work. So, and I think that pattern might be available in Ravelry. I actually don't know. Another pattern I am wearing, this is the Nederland vest. It was in Knit Scene, but it doesn't really matter. It's available on Ravelry, and Kathy put a link. It'll show up in this video. But here's the Nederland vest. It's really pretty simple. It took me a long time, but hey, persevered.
Say thanks, Colleen.
Pardon?
Thanks, Colleen.
Thanks, Colleen.
She said it was a pretty vest.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway, I just finished it on St. Patrick's Day, and I'm glad it's not too hot today, so I can wear it one more time. Another pattern is, this is the kimono vest. It was designed by one of our local knitwear designers, Joan Hutton. We have it available for sale. It's very simple. The blue in this pattern is in Romney, and the stranded part is done with the Tunis double twist that we showed earlier today. So it takes two different yarns. But the nice thing about this yarn is it's very drapey. Yes, that's the word. Very drapey. And it's very nice in this vest that way. This is a hat design, and I think there's 2 or 3 different hat designs and also some half mitts designed by Kathy Owens, who has disappeared. Kathy Owens, if you're out there, get in touch. We miss you. And a free pattern is the Die Hard Easy Knit Cowl, and I designed this. It's simple. It's one skein of the yarn. It's intended for a hand paint skein because it has the patterning going in 2 different directions. And last but not least is the sweet sheet that designed by Susan B. Anderson. And when she revised the pattern a few years ago, she made it in our Romney yarn. So that's available online. So I hope that gives you some ideas. And I should have brought, there's 2 wonderful sweaters that I don't have to show you. One is called the Solitude jacket, designed by Mari Chiba, and it was in a magazine. You can find it on Ravelry, and if you look at Romney projects, you'll find it, and it's a fabulous jacket. And the other is a special sweater made for me that everybody wants the pattern for, and it doesn't exist, but it's a hooded sweater, and if you've seen me at the market in the winter, you've probably seen me wearing it, but it's my favorite. And that's all. We'll come back and talk about another yarn or some roving, I think, in a couple hours. Thanks. Bye.